Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. So here we are going to start a new topic today that is about foreign exchange. Okay. What was the previous topic? It was about Elvina. What was the previous topic?
The errors and omissions and
In the sense, altogether balance of payments. That was the topic that is over now. Now, next is about foreign exchange. Okay. Now, you all know that every country has its own currency, right? India has rupees. Then other countries, if you check, they have different currencies. It's not the same one what we are using in our country. So every country has its own currency, and any transactions what we are doing, like any monetary transactions what we are conducting, all that will be done in the payment of the currency what we are using in our country. Especially when we are doing this economic transactions or monetary transactions within our country, we are using Indian rupee for that. Okay, so here, okay, Karthik, can you tell what do you mean by domestic?
Ma'am, within the country.
Within the country. So when we say domestic currency, what do you mean by that?
It is only usable in India.
Yeah, it can be used only within a particular country. Now, if you take the case of our country, Indian rupee is considered as a currency for India. So we use Indian rupee for conducting all the transactions within our country. Now, why do we say Indian rupee? Indian rupee because it should be more specific to us. There are rupees used in other countries also. In Pakistan also they say it is rupee, but that is Pakistani rupee. Okay. Now, like that, every country has its own currency. Now, India is using Indian rupee here. That is a domestic currency. It is considered as a means of exchange inside our country. Okay. Now, any other currency, like for example, dollar or yen or dinar, all these things are considered as a foreign currency. And can we use these currency for exchange within our country? Can we use?
No,
No, we cannot use. It is accepted. Which one is accepted here? Indian rupee. So it may not be useful in within our country, or it may not be accepted inside our country. So because of that reason, we call that as foreign currency because it belongs to other countries. It may be useful for international transactions, but within our country, if you see the currencies like yen, dollar, or dollar may be applicable in some shops, like maybe the shops and airports and all, they may take it. But if you go to a small shop, we will be able to use only Indian rupee for the transactions here. All other currencies other than which is used for other than Indian rupee, for our country it is foreign currency. Okay, so other than domestic currency, that is Indian rupee, all other currencies whatever is there in the world, all those currencies are considered as foreign exchange other than Indian rupee. Okay, now let me share the screen, just 1 minute. Yeah, what do you mean by foreign exchange? Foreign exchange in the sense all the currencies other than domestic currency of a particular country, we call it as foreign exchange. So foreign exchange means it refers to all the currencies other than domestic currency of a particular country. We call it as foreign exchange or foreign currency. So we are calling it as foreign currency or foreign exchange. It can be termed in both these names. Now, for example, India's currency, Indian rupee, and all other currency, I told that dollar, it can be, or pound, all those are considered as foreign exchange or foreign currency for our country. So any international transaction, for any international transactions, we can use these foreign currency. So other than Indian rupee, all the currencies existing in the world, all are considered as foreign exchange or foreign currency. Anjo, what do you mean by foreign exchange?
Foreign exchange refers to all the currencies other than domestic currency of a given country.
Other than domestic currency of a particular country. Next one. What do you mean by foreign exchange rate or exchange rate? Okay, it can be termed as foreign exchange rate or simply exchange rate. Both are used for same. Now, it refers to the rate at which one currency is exchanged for the other. Okay. It is a rate at which one currency is exchanged for the other currency. So whenever we are doing any transactions at the international level, the currencies must be exchanged for which country we are using, the currencies must be exchanged for that to the another one. For example, if India is importing oil from Kuwait, can India pay in Indian rupees? Can we use Indian rupee for payment?
No.
No, we have to use the currency of that particular country. That is maybe Kuwaiti dinar, you might have heard. So we have to convert Indian rupees to dinar, then we have to pay it. So it is the rate at which one currency is exchanged for the other. Another one thing, if any person from outside, for example, from British, they are coming to our country as a tourist, their currency is British pound. Can they use British pound in our country for the expenses?
No.
What do they have to do first? They have to
Change it into Indian currency.
Indian currency. That means they have to change the British pound to Indian rupee. Then that can be used for the payments or the expenses what that person is having in the country. So it's not that any country, if you are going, it's not that what currency we are using, that is not accepted in other countries. That should be exchanged. Then only we can use the currency, or then only we can use that particular money in that country. Okay. At the same time, what do you mean by exchange rate? It represents the price of one currency in terms of another currency. You might have heard that like 1 dinar is equal to this much Indian rupee, or you might have heard 1 real is equal to 190 rupees, like that you might have heard. So we are converting, or we are keeping a price for one currency in terms of another currency. Example, you might have heard $1 is equal to 70 rupees 70. So to get $1, we have to pay 70 rupees. Okay, or we say that 70 rupees means $1 US. So what rate is that? We are exchanging the currency at a particular rate. That particular rate, we call it as foreign exchange rate. So what do you mean by foreign exchange rate or foreign exchange? Anila, what is foreign exchange?
Refers to the rate at which one currency is exchanged for the other.
For the other, that is what you mean by foreign exchange or exchange rate here. So all the currencies, what if we want to, or any currency other than our currency, other than our country's currency, is considered as a foreign exchange. Now, foreign exchange rate means the rate at which one country's currency is exchanged for the other one. Examples, you might have heard that it is what is given related to dollar, because dollar is used for the exchange rate as a standard calculation. Other than that, if you take other countries also, you can see this exchange rate is fixed. Newspapers, you might everyday newspaper, they give this much, 1 real is equal to this much money. like that it is given, or one dinar is equal to this much money. These are all exchange rates. If you see the newspaper, you can just see one column is allotted for that. Next one, put it in another words, we can say foreign exchange rate means the units of domestic currency that must be paid to obtain a foreign currency. So how many units of domestic currency we are using to get foreign currency, that we call it as a foreign exchange rate. It is like the price of any other commodity. We are buying, when we are buying things, we have to pay the money. Same way, if we want to buy any foreign currency, we have to pay some amount of domestic currency. So it is like the price what we are paying for other commodity, same way we are paying price for foreign currency also. So the rate at which we are buying, for example, dollar I told you $1 is equal to 70. That is just for time being I have given. It differs actually according to the time. Sometimes it will be 60, sometimes it will be 65, like that it is. But here in the example, $1 is equal to 70. That shows that to get $70, sorry, to get $1, Indians, they need to pay 70 rupees. So somewhat like I am paying 70 rupees and buying $1. So it is like buying, exchange, transactions are happening. So it is a price of any currency in terms of another currency. Now, if British pound, 1 British pound is equal to 90 rupees, then we will be getting, or we will pay 90 rupees to get 1 British pound. Like that it will be. So the rate at which 1 unit of currency can be purchased with the help of our domestic currency, we call it as a foreign exchange rate. We call it as in another name also, that is conversion rate. It is a rate at which one currency can be converted into another currency. Now there is one more term, that is foreign exchange market. What do you mean by foreign exchange market? There is it's a market where the foreign currencies are bought and sold. That is what you mean by foreign exchange market. It is not like a market what you see, like how we say stock market. Can you see the stock market there? Yeah, there are some components for the foreign exchange, components of demand and components of supply. Components of demand in the sense, for what all purpose we are demanding foreign exchange. We are taking foreign currency. That is one component is import. Import in the sense, when we import goods from other countries, we have to pay foreign currency. So there is a demand for foreign currency. So it may be from any country. Second one, when we pay international loans back, when we repay the loans back to the particular country, that time we are demanding more foreign currency. Investment in the rest of the world, in the sense investment in foreign countries. So when we are investing in other countries, we need foreign currency for starting the industry, or for buying the land, or buying any assets in the other than our country. We need foreign currency or foreign exchange. Direct purchases abroad, anything we purchase from other countries, that also considered as a demand for foreign exchange. Payment of income in the sense, if you know that sometimes they start some industry in our country, And when we are paying to them, or not in our country, when we are starting in industries in other countries, we have to pay some salaries and all those things to other people. So that should be in foreign currency. So there is a demand for foreign exchange. Because of all these reasons, these are considered as components of demand for foreign exchange. It can be imports, it can be repayment of international loans, investment in the rest of the world. When you are buying something from abroad, that direct purchases from abroad, that also increases the demand for foreign exchange. Payment of income to the people belonging to other countries, that also increases the foreign exchange. Next one, components of supply of foreign exchange. Now, in what all ways we are getting foreign exchange? Exports. When we exports, the supply of foreign exchange will be increased. They will pay, or there is a chance that we can get more foreign currency. Loans from the rest of the world. When others outside the world, I mean outside the country, when they give loans to our country, the supply of foreign exchange will increase. When others buy things from our country, there is a supply of foreign currency. Grants and donations, when they provide. Investment from other parts. Income receipts, the people when we are working outside, we get paid, and that will be sent to our country. So income receipts, all these are considered as the components of supply of foreign exchange. Ashish?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what are the components of demand of a foreign exchange? What are the components of demand of foreign exchange? Yes? All what you're seeing, opposite of that only will come. Yes, tell. Anila, do you know?
Yes.
What are those?
Ma'am, imports,
Hmm.
repayment of international loans,
Hmm.
investment in the rest of the world,
Hmm.
direct purchases abroad, payment of income.
Okay. Next, what are the components of supply of foreign exchange? Aishwarya?
Exports,
Hmm.
loans from rest of the world,
Hmm.
direct purchases by rest of the world,
Hmm.
grants and donations from rest of the world,
Hmm.
investment from rest of the world, and income receipts.
Okay, Basil, can you tell what do you mean by foreign exchange rate? What do you mean by foreign exchange rate? Basil, do you know? Hmm? Okay, Basil, do you know foreign exchange rate? What do you mean by foreign? Karthik, do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, it is the rate at which unit of domestic currency must be paid to obtain a unit of foreign currency.
Okay. And what about Amal Raj? Do you know what is foreign exchange rate? Amal Raj? Amal Raj?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what is foreign exchange rate?
Ma'am, it refers to the rate at which one currency is exchanged for other.
Exchange for other. Okay. I told you what do you mean by foreign exchange rate? It refers to a market where national currencies are traded for one another. traded for or exchanged for one another, or national currency, you can say domestic currency also. When it is exchanged for another one, that market we call it as foreign exchange market. There are various ways through which we can determine the exchange rate. That is fixed exchange rate, floating exchange rate, that I'll be telling tomorrow. Okay, because now after 3 minutes you may have the meeting.